Hello, everyone. Lee, do you hear me? I guess not.
Hi, good morning. Yes, we can hear you, Ryan.
Great. How are you?
Yeah, we are good. We can begin whenever you are ready because we understand that you are beginning as in Portnet is beginning the presentation soon. First.
Yes, it's Mehdi who will begin by a little presentation, and then we can go on the trade connectivity challenge. So,
Sure.
Mehdi, you can go on.
Okay, hello everyone. Hello Lee, and welcome to our platform. So if you want, we can begin now or just wait 2 more minutes until other participants will be connected.
I think we can begin, and then
Okay.
we'll be on live on YouTube. So if someone couldn't attend this sharing session, they can find it in our YouTube channel.
All right. Okay. So hello everyone. Uh, my name is Mehdi Tiazi, and I'm in charge of digitalization of innovation at Portnet. First of all, and on behalf of our CEO, Mr. Yusuf Ahouzi, I would like to thank all the participants connected to this webinar. Also, I would like to thank the Enterprise Singapore for involving Portnet as a partner, and we are very honored and thrilled to be part of this major global event, which is the Trade and Connectivity Challenge 2021. And I must acknowledge that this partnership is aligned with Portnet vision and strategy of the open innovation, as it aims to foster innovation, connectivity, and co-development within the local but also the global trade community. So before I give the floor to our fellows from Enterprise Singapore to present the TCC 2021, let me first give you an overview of Portnet open innovation strategy. Titled Towards an Open Innovation Ecosystem for International Trade in Morocco. Before going into details, I would like to share with you some key concepts about open innovation. So we can see open innovation as a way to rapidly access the future. It is also a tool to enhance the vision with new expertise and new ways of thinking, and it increases the speed and flexibility of innovation. Open innovation help us to share new resources, investments, and costs, and extend value capture and diversify the offering by co-developing new solutions. So there is no doubt that open innovation is a key to accelerate the digitalization of the ecosystem of trade. Like all the sectors, still in the process of digitalization, information asymmetry is still the key pain point in international trade sector. For an export or an import transaction, there are many players and actors. We are talking about banks, transporters, freight forwarders, customs, port operators, etc. All these actors, they have their own information system, which is not necessarily connected to the other information system of the community. Therefore, port community systems were created to address this challenge and to facilitate the communication and data exchange between all the actors. However, the port community systems are all has evolved to foster innovation within the community of international trade. So our vision in Portnet is that open innovation can help us to build a response that tackles the challenges of the Moroccan trade ecosystem. As we know, the best port systems community, for instance, Singapore, they include an open innovation strategy at the core of their development models. Also, in Portnet, we want to offer an API system to easily interface with digital and traditional champions of international trade. And we want to be a catalyst for national innovations by allowing the emergence of Moroccan champions through the provision of partner services, which of course will contribute to digitize the actors of the national trade sector. But more importantly is that Portnet aspire to become an innovation trade hub in Africa, to strengthen the influence of Morocco in Africa by sharing technological advancement and best practices, also leading players with an open innovation approach, and providing services for other African port community systems, and fostering the innovation and connectivity in Africa. So as we saw that open innovation is a leverage for transformation that benefits everyone. The corporates and large firms will take advantage of new levers of innovation to expand their range of products and services. The public sector can accelerate the adoption of digital services and uses. The startups will make themselves visible to local and foreign investors, and therefore they can grow faster. Universities and academic institutions will multiply the bridges with the national and international trade community to improve their training offers. Now, the ecosystem of open innovation must have an orchestrator, and Portnet is the natural orchestrator of the Moroccan ecosystem of open innovation. Indeed, the Portnet is the single entry point for all types of the Moroccan trade actors. Moreover, Portnet initiates continuously discussions with partners to collect needs and expectations. It also gives visibility to Moroccan and international innovators, and it communicates continuously on the international level on the progress of the Moroccan trade sector. So to make concrete our strategy and vision of open innovation, we decide to build a platform to accelerate this transition. And this platform will be based on two main pillars that give a double value proposition for involved stakeholders. So the first pillar is the animation of the ecosystem by connecting startups and service providers to the needs of the corporates and large firms, and also ensuring that this co-development and cooperation will be done in the best way possible. The second pillar is a marketplace that offers a customized toolbox for innovative startups to enhance already existing solutions. And also, it will give a tailored solutions for corporates and firms that operate in the trade sector. We are talking about a strategy and about a vision, but we already have some existing initiatives. For instance, thematic webinars, call for projects, hackathons, and other open innovation challenges. We also receive spontaneous requests from the community to solve problems with innovative approach. Portnet already implemented some various innovative services. For example, TradeSense, Trade Direct, joint subscription for Portnet and other public institutions. and multi-channel payment. We also started implementing an API strategy for more modern, secure, and accessible digital services. But the most important thing that we have in our community is that we have engaged partners, the port authority, the banks, logistics operators, the port operators, the incubators and accelerators of startups and universities. They are all engaged to drive the open innovation community and to build a resilient ecosystem. However, we must have in mind that there is challenges, and the three main challenges to succeed in our mission are: the first one is convincing the partners. As you know, that open innovation is not something natural for big corporates and large firms. Therefore, the challenge will be to accustom the community to adopt the open innovation approach and to convince them to join the ecosystem. The second challenge is to ensure the balance of interests. Indeed, Portnet will seek to ensure a balance between the profits of each of the stakeholders, large firms as well as the small companies, in order to maintain a healthy and sustainable ecosystem. It will be essential that each member of the ecosystem, and in particular startups, find an interest in maintaining their participation and engagement. The third challenge will be going to industrial scale. As you know, once the projects are initiated and feasibility verified, it will be a matter of scaling up the proposals and entering an industrialization phase. Thus, a team dedicated to supporting companies in this process should be created. Now, my presentation came to an end. I give the floor to my fellows from Enterprise Singapore. Lee, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Hello, thank you, Mehdi.
Thank you. Thank you,
Could you
Nasrullah.
enable screen sharing, please? Thank you.
Okay.
It's good. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Haq. Thank you for joining us today and allowing us to share more about the Trade and Connectivity Challenge 2021, TCC 2021 in short. So a little overview of what we do here at Enterprise Singapore. We are a government agency which champions enterprise development and work with committed corporates to build capabilities, leverage on technology, and go global when the companies are ready. So a little overview about the merits of setting up or having operations in Singapore. Firstly, Singapore is a global trading hub where we are open and welcoming to all entities from all over the world to do business in Singapore. So in recent years, there is a greater emphasis on innovation. So about 2 weeks ago, we had Switch, Singapore Week of Innovation and Technology, basically Asia's leading technology and innovation festival. So I think it is fair to say that we are very active in this innovation space. We also believe that the journey to innovate, to digitalize, and to collaborate shouldn't be an annual event, but an ongoing process that we undertake throughout the year. And for TCC 2021, we think that it is one platform that encourages that. So another thing to note is that the trade and connectivity sector typically does its activities traditionally, and we thought that with TCC, we can help to revolutionize this sector. So we will also continue to strengthen innovation and develop differentiated products and services here in Singapore. So for TCC specifically, we thought of leveraging on demand-led innovation as we believe that there's a high potential for commercial follow-ups for our participating startups. And we understand that commercial returns from joining an open innovation competition is very, very crucial. So just to share the kind of ecosystem partners that we have here in Singapore, as mentioned earlier, we are pretty global and welcoming to all kinds of partners from all over the world. So if we look at accelerators and venture builders, we do have quite a number of them who are big names and have operations both in Singapore and all over the world. So we also have a pool of venture capital investors who are actively looking for creative solutions from all over the world. And of course, we have our recognized institutes of higher learning like NTU, SUTD, as well as research institutions that do R&D. So why should you come to Singapore if you're a foreign startup? We actually believe that we have a good support system for startups who want to be part of the startups community here in Singapore. So as you can see, the number of startups, venture funding, and tech activity has been growing substantially over the years. And you can also see the kind of unicorns that are rising from Singapore's innovation landscape. So how do we actually grow our deep tech activities? So we have spin-offs from our research institutions, and at the same time, we also work with venture builders and accelerators to help us grow deep tech activities. And this has led to notable deals for deep tech startups that have received funding for their innovative solutions. So now just to share with you a bit more about the challenge itself. So for the third consecutive year, Enterprise Singapore has organized TCC 2021 with the aim to help companies innovate, digitalize, and explore collaboration. So last month, on the 15th of October, we actually had our launch event for TCC 2021, and since then, our challenge has been live. So in essence, TCC 2021, we aim to provide a platform for startups and corporates to co-develop solutions to problem statements put forth by our corporate challenge sponsors. So a key difference between TCC and perhaps other innovation challenges is that for TCC, we have an emphasis on paid trials. So ultimately, we don't want an open innovation challenge where we have no bias at the end of the day. So at least for TCC, we have shaped the challenge to make sure that startups and corporates end up with opportunities. So at the end of the day, we hope that after doing the paid trials, it will lead to commercial deployment. So we believe that this is very important as we feel the need to help startups translate their their proposed ideas into tangible real-world solutions. So this year we have 7 challenge areas, 9 corporate challenge sponsors, so the likes of CarTrack, PLG, Dinata, Semcorp Marine, GKE, Singpost, Legend Logistics, Lumens Auto, and even UPS. So in total, we have 13 challenge statements. So I will not be delving into the details of the individual challenge statements, as it can all be found on our TCC website. So we really encourage potential startups to register on our website and raise some technical questions with regards to the challenge statements directly to the challenge statement owners themselves. So this is the timeline of events. At this very moment, we are currently in the application phase, where startups like yourselves can register and submit their proposals. So after which we have our first round of shortlisting, where up to 3 startups from each challenge statement will be shortlisted and mentored till about 18 February 2022. So the idea behind this is so that our participating startups can actually benefit from our mentors sharing feedback and advice to improve on the proposals, and it won't just be a competition where startups put in their proposals and then we choose the best one. So, and then afterwards we have our final round of shortlisting, and the top startup from each challenge statement will fight it out on pitch day, and of course stand a chance to win prizes. So the top 5 startups will win prizes in the form of Startup SG grant monies. So the winner will get $30,000, And then we have 3 commendation winners who will get $20,000 each, and the merit winner will get $10,000. So there are certain requirements that we want to highlight upfront. So to be eligible for TCC 2021, your startup must be incorporated for less than 10 years. Then you also have to be able to prove substantial, innovative, and intellectual content for your products, services, or applications. It must not be a subsidiary or joint venture. Not have a headcount of more than 200 people, and must be ready for deployment in Singapore in order to receive the grant monies from Enterprise Singapore. And finally, paid trials must be conducted in Singapore. So before we got the corporate challenge sponsors on board, we have also highlighted this to them. So a paid trial should happen so that we don't end up with a situation where our participating startups put in all their efforts into their proposals, and challenge statement owners don't even consider adopting any of them. So we want to avoid that situation. So because of that, we have requested that all corporate challenge sponsors are committed to doing a paid trial in Singapore. And of course, the trial can be rolled out to other offices that our corporate challenge sponsors may have. And some of them do have pretty large operations globally. So you can be assured that this is a platform to scale up your solutions. So in order to accept the Startup SG grant monies, we will require participating startups to dedicate a reasonable amount of time on their business, not be employed full-time by another employer, and must be a key decision maker in the company. They must also register or have registered a private limited company in Singapore. And then the business activities run by the company should be conducted wholly or mainly in Singapore. And understand that ESG reserves the right to change terms and conditions of the grant as may be specified and deemed necessary. So what's next? If let's say our participating startups don't end up winning any of the grant monies, so we have come to an agreement that if our corporate challenge sponsors really like your solution and you are unable to meet the criteria, we do not stop the corporate challenge sponsors from purchasing your solution directly. And Enterprise Singapore will not interfere in that. So, but it's just that Enterprise Singapore unfortunately won't be able to award the grants, and whether we can support that particular corporate in terms of grant monies, we will have to look at it on a case-by-case basis. So we encourage you, all the startups, to visit the TCC website. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them through the website directly. Just to share that our corporate challenge sponsors do have access to your questions on the website. So please don't hesitate, to ask technical questions there. And for now, if you have any other questions, perhaps related to, incorporating in Singapore, for example, we are more than happy to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Osman. So if there is any questions, you can go on. Now we can close this sharing session, and then if there is any question after, they will send you an email or on the platform.
Okay.
Everyone, thank you, Lee. Thank you, all the participants, for being here with us today.
Hi, we noticed that there is a question from Yun Sil Chu. So the question is, can we still apply for the TCC for a solution outside of the challenges? So if I were to interpret the question correctly, I think what Yun Sil mean is, if there is another solution that does not solve the challenge, can they participate? So basically the answer is we actually have a total of 13 challenge statements, and the solution that we are looking for is actually solutions that can solve the 13 challenge statements. Yeah, hope I answer your question. Otherwise, you can probably, okay, so your next statement you were asking, but it would still be relevant to TCC and help in the sector. Yeah, so as long as it is relevant to TCC and it helps the sector, in particular, the challenge statement from the 9 corporate challenge sponsors, then you can actually log in and sign up via our website platform and join the challenge by submitting the proposals and completing your profile. Yeah, I'll be sharing the link via this Q&A for you guys to be able to log in the platform easily. Thank you.
Hi, Yundi, just to add, yeah, so TCC, I think as mentioned earlier, is demand-led innovation, is inspired by demand-led innovation. So the solutions that we're looking for are more specific to just those 13 challenge statements. So if they are out of the topic of the 13 challenge statements, unfortunately, we won't be accepting any of the solutions for this year. Thanks. Are there any other questions? If not, my colleague here, Li Xuan, has shared the link to the TCC website. Sorry, Slimani, do we? Yeah.
Yes, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. Hi, Slimani.
Yes, how are you? Thank you, Mr. Osman, for your presentation. Really, I come very late. I'm sorry.
No
but
worries.
I have a question here. My company, it's a new one, and I want to ask to be involved in this TTC program. Is there any categories concerning the companies, or any type, any kind of companies can join you?
Okay, maybe I share my screen again, and then I will just zoom into the portion where we talk about the eligibility criteria. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. So just... Yep. So yep. So Mr. Slimani, yeah, these are the requirements for your startup. Yeah. Also, if you want to refer to it later, we will also have it on our TCC website under the rules and regulations. Yeah.
Good. Yes. Okay, clear. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Thanks so much. Yeah.
Nasrullah?
Yes. Hi.
Yeah, hi. I have a question. So the event will be hybrid? I mean, there will be attendees in Singapore and others via your platform, or how, I mean, the participation will be for the
I see. Yeah.
startups?
So for now, we are planning for it to be all virtual. So of course, we will look at the situation of COVID-19 and all that. So if anything, we will update you. But as much as possible, we will prioritize, the safety of our participants.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks so much.
If there is no more question, I think we can.
Sorry, just to
Yeah, please.
yeah, it's not earlier. Yeah. So basically, for the actual event, for now, we are planning for it to be a bit of hybrid. So because the situation is getting better here in Singapore, so for startups in Singapore, they will be joining the pitch day physically, and our overseas participants will be doing it virtually.
Thank you very much for
Thank you.
your answer.
Thank you, Mehdi.
I think there's no more questions, so we can finish this session.
Yep.
Okay, so thank you, Nasrullah, thank you, Lee, and we will forward all the questions and you know the remarks from our community and from the interested startups. Thank you very much. It was a real pleasure, and we hope that this partnership will last and grow this year and the years to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mehdi. Thank you, Portnet, and thank you to all our attendees.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.